2022 was set up to be the biggest come up year for me. I was caught up with my bills, finally getting myself grounded on my own 2 feet after a divorce. I filed my taxes early in January and was on target to purchase a new camera that I wanted to use to create more YouTube videos. At work, I received a pretty large bonus check, which was going to be used for getting ahead in life, start a business, put down on a real estate property, start an LLC, buy some car parts to film more content to grow my channel. And in my personal life, I was planning a vacation to Puerto Vallarta and a few other places. My son had just got a skateboard for Christmas, so I was enjoying taking him to the skate park every chance we had together. I used to skate when I was a lot younger, so it wasn't long until I was able to gain the confidence to drop in a ramp again. But as the saying goes, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And here's where things took a left turn. I was attempting a slightly larger ramp. I finally worked up the courage. I looked down, I committed to it, and I dropped in. I told myself if I landed this one ramp, I was done for the night. I'll go home, I feel good. I feel like a nice, good victory right there under my belt. Well, it was my last trick for the night. And no, I didn't land it. And it turns out I hit the floor, I twisted my left knee, and it tore my ACL ligament. It was a pain and a feeling I had never experienced before. I knew something was wrong. I just knew it the minute it happened. Like I felt it. It was something I'd never felt before in my life. It felt weird. It felt flimsy. It felt weak. I tried to stand up and I fell back again. My knee gave out and I think it even kind of twisted a little bit like inward. Like it twisted inwards for sure. Fell back down on the ground. So like at that point I started to crawl out of the skate ramp. My 10-year-old son saw me and he tried to pick me up on his shoulder to help carry me out, but I was just too heavy for him. And one of the cool things about it was that like there were other skaters there and they were actually pretty cool about it. They were like being helpful and asking me if I needed help getting carried out. They would carry me out. But fortunately at that point I had already managed to hop myself out of the skate ramp. And fortunately, I wasn't there alone. Coincidentally, that day, my ex-wife helped drive me back to get an x-ray. That same night, we went to like a minor emergency room. They gave me an x-ray. And when the x-ray came back, they pretty much said my bones had come back all in good condition. So they kind of gave me a look and they said, but I think something might be wrong with your ligaments and I think you should get an MRI. So 2 days later, I went to get an MRI performed on my left leg. And when I got the results back from that, they came back with the results of a torn ACL. And there was a whole list of other ligaments that were also slightly torn and injured as well. So they were going to have to, do some surgery to help repair those ligaments as well. So it ends up being a total of like 5 or 6 things that was wrong with my knee. I'll make sure to put up a list so you can see exactly what happened. So I scheduled my ACL reconstruction surgery just 2 weeks later. The biggest fear I had wasn't really the surgery, but like reading through all the Google threads about like all the pain afterwards and how much it's gonna suck. Also thinking to myself if I'll ever be able to like walk or run or work out normally again. So I'm taking a break from making car YouTube videos, at the moment at least, to focus on my recovery. And instead, I hope to bring some insight to others who may be going through this same thing that I am. I saw a lot of videos on YouTube, but a lot of them were made by doctors and whatnot. So I figured I'd make my own personal vlog and also kind of help people walk through the same process that I'm going through. So as of today, right now, it's February 23rd, 2022. I gave myself a personal goal to be walking without crutches by March 31st, 2022. And in the meantime, while I'm stuck indoors, this is not a time for me to be down on myself, feel sorry for myself. I'm super optimistic. I'm looking I'm looking at this downtime as a blessing to really appreciate my health, start eating better, work out and stay fit, work on improving my YouTube channel content, improving my editing skills, starting an LLC, and starting a business to make another stream of income. I've always told myself, if I only had the time to work on these things in my life, that the things that actually matter to me, I would. If I could only have a few months to work on a project that could really get off the ground, that I can actually help get off the ground, I would. And this isn't exactly how I planned to get that time off, but it's all I've got. I'm going to take it. It's an opportunity that it's a blessing in disguise and it may never come again. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of this few months off that I have from work to focus on things I really would like to get off the ground. So yeah, like I was saying, now is not the time for me to relax and settle down. And yeah, physically, my leg may be out and I'll have to take it easy and slow down for the leg to heal. But it's still a blessing to me. It's a perfect time for me to regroup and plan for everything I've always wanted to do. If I don't use this time wisely, who knows when I'll find the time to squeeze it in when I return to work. And speaking of work, there's a saying when it comes to jobs, and it goes something like, you're always one paycheck away from being homeless, one medical emergency, one car breakdown, one large expense away from losing it all. And of course, there's always savings and all, but I'm not leaving my future up to chance. So follow me on my journey through recovery while learning what to expect on your ACL surgery milestones along the way. My hope is that instead of focusing on this injury, we can regain some strength by not being a victim and taking complete and total control of our lives. And yes, I was reading from a script. I didn't want to forget any of the points that I really wanted to talk about to fill you in on what happened and what the videos from here on out will be about. But I got it over with, and this is day one, the day of surgery. All right, so walking in, getting ready in the morning. So let's see, I was supposed to be there at 7:30 in the morning. We ended up waking up at about 6 a.m., which was just enough time to like brush teeth, put deodorant on, figure out what clothes I was gonna wear, and and that was about it. Hopped down 3 flights of stairs, and then we headed out. Once we got there, we had to push. There was like a wheelchair handicap, the signs, the buttons you push, it opens the door for you. So it was a big wide door, wide enough for a wheelchair to go through. So I hop in there, sign a few more paperwork pages saying like, what were they? Just pretty much HIPAA type stuff, privacy. Is it okay if they have a student in the room with me? I think that was later on, but just a lot more paperwork confirming that I was who I say I am. They wanted to see my insurance one more time. And then I waited in the lobby for about 20 minutes or less. And then they called me to the back where I filled out more paperwork. They had what I believe was like a saline drip IV into, where was it? I think it was right here. So saline drip on there for a few minutes. My first blood pressure test it was like 155 or something. It was about 155 over something crazy, but it was high. So then they read more paperwork, and the paperwork was like, if you die this, do not resuscitate, like all sorts of crazy stuff. Like, is there anything religious we should know about you? Or are your teeth your teeth? That was the weirdest one. Like, I was thinking like, I mean, other than a couple crowns, I'm like, yeah, they're all my teeth. But they were asking like if I have dentures or implants or things like that. What else? Anything else stood out on those questions? I think that was it for the most part. But more paperwork signing. Also, again, one more time confirming like which knee is it? Is it your right? Like they wanted to hear it from me to confirm with their paperwork. So I let them know what knee it was. Let them know what I assumed or what I thought the procedure was going to be. And they're like, okay, everything checks off. they checked my blood pressure again. I don't know if I said this already, but it was even higher than it was the first time. First time it was like 155 over whatever. Second time, after reading all those statements and all those like "I will not die" clauses and stuff, it was like 160 over something. So just a few minutes later, they ended up coming in, giving me what, lidocaine? Is it lidocaine? A couple shots of lidocaine. Then that was it for that for a little while, maybe another 30 minutes or so. By the time they were about to take me back, it was already 9 a.m. So for reference, I got there at 7:30 in the morning. By 9 a.m., I was about to be taken to the back. They're like, pretty much say your goodbyes, your final goodbyes. So I said goodbye, and then they take me to the back. I know they pushed me like down some crazy hallways. It was like, I felt like I was getting pushed into the janitor's room. It was such a small little room, way tucked in the back. It looked like they just needed to find a spot for me. I know that's not the case, but that's just what I like in my imagination. That's what I'm thinking. They gave me like a little breathing mask. They said it's pure oxygen, don't worry. And I don't know if it was pure oxygen or some sort of other drug, but that's pretty much the last thing I remember. And then I guess I kind of remember coming to. And by that time, it was about 12:45, 1 o'clock, right? 1 o'clock maybe? 1 o'clock, and I wasn't in any pain, but I did notice that I couldn't pick up my leg to remove it from the bed. I had to actually grab my leg with my hands and move it over to the side. And they said that was because they did a nerve block. And the nerve block, they gave me a shot, lidocaine also, inside my leg. That, I don't recall that hurting at all. And then they did a nerve block from, I didn't really see, like I put my head back so I wouldn't have to worry about it. But you were in the room with me, right? Mm-hmm. And you said that the needle was pretty long. Yeah. She said it was a pretty long needle. So I'm glad I didn't look at it because that would have probably freaked me out. But apparently they stick this needle in there. They had a sonogram. They had a sonogram. Someone was underneath my leg using the sonogram, pressing it on there. They were looking for like arteries. They were looking for, I guess, the tendons. They were looking for the tendons themselves. As they used the sonogram, they had a needle in there in my leg, and they would shoot a shot of lidocaine. It could have been anything. I don't really know what it was, but all this stuff was going on. And they'll find one here. They'll find another one here. So they got a couple here on the sides of my knee, a couple here on the bottom, from what I can tell. On one of them I jerked, but the reason I jerked, it wasn't because I felt any pain. I think it was just the anticipation of thinking that it's gonna hurt, and that made me jump. But it wasn't too bad. It did feel weird. It didn't feel painful though, so that was good. And after that, basically after the nerve block, that's when they, like I said earlier, they gave me the gas mask with oxygen, so they say. And then I don't know. I don't remember anything after that really. So then I came to. That's it. All right. I am the exact day of my surgery. I just got out. I should have recorded a video before I went in, but I just literally got out. We grabbed some food, and now I just arrived home. This is what they got on me right now. Let's see. It goes all the way up here. So here's my knee area, the part they repaired. I've got this nice little cast, or it's like a little bandage with this dial here that shows how many degrees, like a 45-degree angle that you can bend your leg. This bandage from my foot all the way up. It even goes up, even up to about right here. Let's see this side over. Let me get that out of the way. You can see even this side over here, it's got, I look like I have that Forrest Gump brace going on here. They told me I would have to leave this on for about a week. All right, so initially I came to, and pretty much they had me, ask me some questions, let me know if I needed they asked me if I needed to stay a little bit longer, and so I did stay a little bit longer. I was still kind of drowsy. I didn't know if I was gonna be real loopy. I see a lot of those videos when people get their wisdom teeth removed and they're still a little like crazy, But that wasn't the way I was. I heard actually the first time I was loopy, which I don't remember, and then I guess the second time people came back around to check on me, I was more normal. Yeah, so I feel pretty good. I feel like pretty like my I don't know, maybe I'm still a little medicated right now, but I feel better. I can hold a conversation. I can think. Everything feels good. I was able to make it up 3 flights of stairs to the 3rd floor very slowly. Now, where I feel like it kind of hurts me right now, I don't feel too much pain. They told me before I even went under, they gave me like 2 or 3 different types of medicine. I don't know, some through an IV. But they did tell me that they do a nerve block, and they said the nerve block is good from a few hours to like up to 24 hours or 36 hours. So when I finally came to, I was trying to lift up my leg so I can remove it from the bed, and I couldn't. I was trying to get my muscles to activate, but it felt like my leg weighed like 80 pounds, and they said that's because of the nerve block. So I kind of used my arms to grasp the bottom of my leg and kind of pick it up, kind of assist it. They wheeled me out in a wheelchair into the car. We went to go grab some food real quick, and then I just climbed up the 3 flights of stairs slowly, and here I am. Funny thing is about this story is that when I was going in, I was supposed to go in originally at 1:30 p.m. and then they called me the day before and said, "You're now scheduled to come in at 7:30 a.m. So that was a bit of a shock. I was like, oh no, I already wasn't ready for this at 1:30. Now I got to do it at 7:30. I end up going in. They say to wear some real baggy, loose shorts because you're gonna have this big brace on and the bandaging, So I wore some shorts. I did not wear any underwear. I figured the shorts were so baggy and loose and comfortable that I figured they could just get where they needed to access and no problem. Also, I didn't want to wear the underwear because all of my underwear are pretty tight. Like I wear like boxer briefs, No, boxer briefs? Yeah, like boxer brief style underwear. And if I would have been able to put them up before the surgery, but after I have this big bandage, how the heck am I going to get them off? They're not going to probably wrap around this whole leg brace, So I said, I'm not going to put any on. That way after surgery, I can just, I'll be able to pee easily. Just pull my shorts down to pee, or use the restroom in general without any underwear. It's my personal favorite way to go. I know that's a little too much information, but it's easier to just not wear underwear when I don't have to. Here around the house. Well, when I got there, they're like, here's your gown. You're gonna be switching into this gown. Remove everything except your underwear. And I had to come out and say, that's gonna be a problem. I don't have any underwear. I didn't bring any underwear. And everyone kind of like laughed a little bit. They ended up bringing me some diaper, like a diaper to wear. And they're like, you put this on. So I have a diaper on. Let's see if I can get it on footage. It's like a little diaper, which is weird. Pretty cozy though. I mean, at least I can say I wore a diaper now. What a weird story. But even my quirkiness translates to such a serious situation, like even a surgery like this. And I'll have to show you later on, but in the background over there, on the floor right there, is a machine what is that machine supposed to do? Bend my leg like at a 45 degree or 40 degree angle. It just kind of like allows me to bend my leg and be able to keep the flexibility in it, which they want me to start doing. And they did tell me it's gonna be partial weight bearing, so start working on that as well. And what else? So far, my legs doesn't hurt. I thought I was gonna be in excruciating pain. I'm sure it's the pain meds haven't really worn off yet. So I'm gonna make a few vlogs throughout the day. If I have to go get up or go use the restroom, obviously I'm not gonna show you me using the restroom, but I'll show you how I get around, how I'm navigating, how I've been able to still cook with one leg, And if I run into any cool or bad problems, I'll make sure to keep y'all updated on that. Yeah, so I was pretty scared of this procedure. It was mostly too because it's such a bony, it's like such a bony thing that has so many little minute little movements to it that I wasn't sure how it was going to work. And I still don't really know, but we're going to find out. They ended up doing, instead of the allograft, they ended up doing the whatever graft it is, where they take it from your own hamstring and then they use that as your ACL. They also did other repairs, but I'm gonna have to read those out to you because the words are so long. I don't really think I can pronounce it. Anyway, I think I'm still a little loopy, but I just wanted to update this while it's still fresh in my mind. And anything else? I think that's it. Anyway, this is video 1 of my journey to recovery, and I hope somebody out there can find some inspiration from this, and I can help some people out, because it's definitely not something you want to go through. Okay, so basically, all right, what am I doing? Talking about the diaper? Oh yeah. Okay, so basically on day 1, when they wanted me to go in for the surgery, like pre-surgery, they say to wear comfortable clothes, bring a jacket, don't wear any jewelry, watches, or anything like that. And just, you know, kind of loose fitting clothes, because they tell you in advance that you're gonna have this huge brace on your leg. So I brought the loosest shorts I had, and knowing that there will come a time where I have to pee or use the restroom or shower, all my boxers were like boxer briefs, and they're pretty tight. It's gonna be like pretty hard to get it up and down this brace. And what I really don't want to do is be fighting with this brace while I have underwear like that, which probably means I should probably go buy some loose fitting boxers for the time being, you know. But in the meantime, I said I'm gonna outsmart the system, and I'm just gonna come in with these big loose shorts that I know can guarantee fit around the brace. And I wasn't gonna bring any underwear, which I didn't. But then they say you're gonna put this gown on, the same type of gown you see at hospitals all the time, where the back is open. So they say put this gown on, put this hairnet on, put these little socks on. I have these little socks that I'm wearing that have a little rubber grip on the bottom so you won't slip. And they say strip down to everything except your underwear. And I had to come out and say, like, I don't have any underwear. So what they did was they said, okay. And it was a little awkward moment, like they were kind of laughing, we laughed a little bit. They went off to like the side somewhere with the other doctors, and I heard laughing, and I was like, I wonder if they're talking about, I feel like they were talking about me. But anyway, some doctors laugh or whatever. I hear people laughing over there. There was nothing funny at 7 in the morning, except for that, right? They come back and they bring these little diapers. They say, put this on, I guess. So I had to put it on. So look, I'm not gonna like show you, but I can show you. It's pretty much, it's like, what would you say this is made out of? What is that made out of? It's made out of like paper or something. I don't know. It's a diaper. Like, in the inside, it's actually lined with like a pad of some sort. It might be a Depends. I don't know. I mean, Depends. They're pretty comfortable. It looks like kind of sexy, I guess. Anyway, I'm wearing this diaper. I'm gonna end up just cutting it off or something. The only reason they had me wear it is because I guess the doctors don't feel comfortable operating on a guy with nothing underneath. But if you go on your first day, make sure to read the charts and the papers. The paper didn't say bring underwear, technically, but bring underwear, or this could be your fate, probably. So anyway, I just wanted to get that cleared up and talk about that real quick. Do a voiceover. So they actually gave me this machine here where I will strap up my left leg here with some, it looks like Velcro straps. One there and one strap there. I'll put my foot through there. And the center of this actually pivots upward so that way your knee can bend. And we'll get you a good look at how this works. I don't know what this machine's called, but they call it the FlexMate 2000. I added that 2000, it's not really called that. And down here on the bottom, you see this black little line that you can see down there. That's actually a track that this little neon blue thing will glide on that track to bend upwards right here in the center for your knee. All right, so we're gonna set it up right here. This is my dressing. I have ice pack. I have a really cool brace that has all sorts of degrees. Let me see if I can focus on that. It's kind of close. Let me focus here. Focus. I actually have this cool brace that says how many degrees you want to be able to flex your knee. So right now I have my brace propped up on two pillows right here. This is my shorts. This is a Velcro. It has like a hard plastic or metal right here on the side. Same thing on the other side. And we're going to attempt to put this contraption here up on the couch. Oh yeah, can you show it working right there? Okay, it's recording.
Okay, so we're going to place this over this. Down. Now we're going to come up with here. I'm just going to come up over. Hope we have on there right. There we go. That's fine. I'm done.
Okay, so now that I'm strapped up to this contraption here, the goal is to come up to a set number that they want me to get to. And let me see. There's someone controlling this right here, this little remote that you see here. And I'm trying to, I think it focused, yeah. There you go. There's someone controlling this remote here. And when they move that remote up or down, it will get to the number that they want me to get to. And I'm supposed to tell them to stop if the pain gets a little too much or continue going. And we're supposed to do this for what? 2 hours a day?
Well, 6 to 8 hours a day.
6 to 8 hours a day.
But the goal for today is to reach 44-degree bend.
And the goal for today is to reach a 44-degree bend. So we're going to see how that works. And I'll show you what it's going to look like here.
34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43,
Stop.
44. It went all the way to 44 now.
That was 44?
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad. And when I say that wasn't too bad, like I felt zero pain.
Okay.
But I was also just pre-worried before anything happened, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So surprisingly, I was expecting it to hurt. And this range of motion doesn't hurt. This is still day one after surgery. I got out at 2. I probably got out about 2 p.m. It is now 9 p.m. and they want me to do this a few hours a day. So I'm going to do this for about 2 hours. In the meantime, I'm also going to watch a movie and relax. So I thought it was going to hurt when it goes up to its maximum extension. At this point, it's 44, I believe, I think. And it goes all the way down to 0. 0 being flat, like completely flat. And so far, no pain. That seems to be okay. The range of motion that I'm able to do is pretty good. I don't know if I'd be able to do that range of motion using my own muscles at this point in time, partially because of the nerve block that they did, and also because my muscles are a little sore, and this whole setup, the brace that's on my leg, is a little it is a little heavy, I guess. Yeah, heavy is the word I'm looking for. So in the meantime, this machine will bend my leg for me. I think they said I have it for like 22 days for $200. So I might as well pay the $200 have it for 22 days and use it every day until my leg gets a good range of motion. Hopefully it's a nice tool to have and helps me out a lot. Okay, everyone, so that's it for my day 1 after surgery video. I'll make sure to get back to you tomorrow for day 2, or maybe I'll do another weekly. Maybe I'll just fill you in throughout the week. But that's it for this video. I hope you found a little bit of that information helpful and give you an idea of like what to expect when you finally leave the surgery room and what types of equipment they will most likely be giving you to help you recover. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video.